I never would have thought that I would be walking in the footsteps of my patients as a cancer patient myself. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2014, it really changed my perspective on what I do and how I see cancer. You know, to be honest, I've always been a little insecure about myself. And with all of the changes that come with cancer treatment, the hair loss, the skin discoloration, the scarring, I really tried hard to stay positive during my treatment. And I did a lot of things to help make sure I looked good and I felt good while I was getting treatment. And I realized that other survivors needed the same thing.
I have known the words breast cancer for a very long time. Several women in my family had gotten the news that they had breast cancer, my mom being the first and a 2-time breast cancer survivor. April 19, 2016, I heard the same news from my general surgeon doctor that I had stage 2A HER2 positive breast cancer. At that moment, I said I'm the same, but it ends with me. The diagnosis has to end with me.
My name is Virginia Padilla. I just turned 40 in January 2017. On September 2015, changed my whole world. I was diagnosed with stage 3 cervical cancer. Hearing you have cancer is the scariest thing, but watching my husband hear the words, "Your wife has cancer," was hard to swallow.
The most challenging part of my cancer journey is just learning about all the information so I can make the informed decision about my journey, because every journey is different.
Not knowing the what ifs, being scared. Those were the challenging parts, horrible parts, chemo, radiation. You just don't feel like yourself after a while.
In October 2009, I went to the doctor for a routine checkup. During this checkup, I was diagnosed with follicular thyroid cancer. I was completely shocked because I was not expecting that. Not too long after that, I had a full thyroidectomy. My whole life changed after being diagnosed with cancer and having surgery. I had my first radiation treatment December 2009, 3 more times after that. After starting chemotherapy in January 2016, my body had adverse reactions to the medications. I was in a bad place. I felt my life was a roller coaster. I experienced frequent headaches, anxiety, nervous, and lots of pain.
January 2012, at the age of 46, I noticed an unusual change in my right breast, which was eventually diagnosed as lobular carcinoma. I started chemotherapy on August 8, 2012, and finished on December 12, 2012, after 8 rounds of chemo. In January 2013, I underwent a bilateral mastectomy with latissimus flap reconstruction. After recovering from the mastectomy, I started 6 weeks of radiation and finished at the end of April in 2013.
The most challenging part of my cancer journey, that's a hard one. Just not knowing if I was going to make it. Just feeling depressed, and I've never felt depressed before. So much anxiety. Wasn't sure if I would see my daughter graduate from college. So it was just a lot of different things.
I think the most challenging part of my cancer journey has been watching my family also go through cancer, even though I'm the actual one that's dealing with it.
And I didn't really see an organization that was out there that really looked at those physical needs of cancer survivors. So I decided to develop the Beauty of Cancer Foundation. And that's how we got started. I wanted to address those physical needs, but then I really saw that there was actually a need to address the whole person, the interior needs, the inside, the spiritual. So the Beauty of Cancer Foundation, we really address everything.
The Beauty of Cancer Foundation is needed because there are several cancer organizations out there that talk about research, that talk about survival rates, that talk about death rates, that talk about so many things. But this foundation, the Beauty of Cancer Foundation, talks about the beauty on the outside. They do a lot for the families. We do a lot for the families, and we do a lot for their survivors. So, of course, they're getting treatments, but we want them to feel good about themselves on the outside.
Organizations like the Beauty of Cancer are definitely needed. There are many organizations out there that focus on answering questions from the technical or medical side of cancer. Beauty of Cancer Foundation celebrates the person, celebrates the beauty both inward and outward after cancer, and letting survivors know and showing them that they are still beautiful women and men.
Well, I'm really excited because today is our first activity of the foundation. We're calling this Makeover Mondays, even though it's Friday. We are giving cancer survivors free makeovers today. Also giving them a goodie bag full of gifts to take home to help them, really just look good and feel good and really feel good about themselves.
This makeover provided by the Beauty of Cancer, I feel fabulous. I feel pretty, and I feel like a woman.
Since I've had my makeover, I feel great. I've never had a makeover before. I feel really pretty, and I'm just really appreciative that I'm here.
I'm so happy that I had this makeover. I feel fantastic after the makeover. I think events like this are very important for cancer survivors. A lot of survivors don't know that actual organizations have things like this. So as much as the word can get out, it makes cancer survivors feel great. Even those that are dealing with cancer, it makes them really feel good about themselves. So it's very important.
Doing the makeover, I feel fabulous. I think having events like this makes a survivor feel special. After going through all that they've been through, they want to get back to their original self, and this brings it all back in.
This is just a small part of what we're ultimately going to do as an organization. I want to grow this into something much, much bigger and really kind of encompass everything that a survivor would need.
So volunteering my time today with cancer survivors makes me feel awesome. And one of the reasons why is because 95% of my clientele are either cancer survivors or are currently going through some sort of chemotherapy or some sort of treatments. And so this makes me feel absolutely great to be able to help, to be able to support, and to be able to see women who whose lives are being transformed and helping them to look good and to feel better.
I have a personal friend who was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I got a chance to watch her go through the surgery and go through the procedure and how taxing it was for her. So when I thought about this, I thought about her and some of the other people who was diagnosed with cancer, and it just made my heart feel delightful to be a part and to be a part of that support system that keeps reminding people of hope.
Became involved because through Dr. Tanya Echols. She was my doctor through radiation, and me and her, or her and I, became very good friends. And she asked me one time about doing makeup, and I told her that I would like to do something like that. And when she asked me, I didn't hesitate.